Yo guys, it's TSWR and today I'm going to be going over how to purchase counterparty assets. Specifically, I'll be using NVST as the example asset, considering that's the currency I am investing into, or have already invested into, I should say. Um, it's a real simple process. Not many people understand how to do it. It's just very lengthy. That's the only downside, and that's why it gets confusing. I've already transferred a lot of stuff to make the video a little bit quicker, but I'll try my best to go through step by step. So for starters, we're going to be doing how to buy and sell NVST, which is a counterparty asset. Step one is to obviously buy Bitcoin if you don't have any Bitcoin. I use Coinbase to purchase all my Bitcoin for now. So if you don't have any, go buy some from Coinbase if you can. Step two is to make a counterparty wallet at wallet.counterwallet.io. I'll have everything in the description, so you'll go to the exact links. Just be careful with this one here. If you misspell it, there's a lot of websites out there to catch the misspelling, and they're phishing sites, so just be careful. So let's go over to Counterparty right now and do a test setup so you guys can get a feel for what the login is like on this. So you're going to go to wallet.counterwallet.io, and it's going to pretty much look like this. You're just going to hit create a new wallet, and it's going to give you a 12-word phrase. You're going to copy that phrase and save that to a notepad. Always save it to a notepad if you can. Do not go any further without saving it, and then you're going to check this little button down here and say I've written it down, and then you just hit continue. And this is going to ask you if you want to create a quick access URL, which is just basically a long generated URL that'll let you use a password instead of the 12-word phrase. Generally I make this, or I create one, so if I wanted to, I would just type a random password and it would generate the link down here, and you would also save this to a notepad or text pad, whatever you use, to log in with a password, and you would go to this one every time in the browser, and it would pop up with a password box instead of a 12-word phrase box. And then you would just hit create wallet, and I believe it creates the wallet, and then when you go to log in the first time, it asks you to confirm or agree to their terms of service, and you just hit yes and whatnot. But I'm already logged in over here, as you can see, and we're going to get further into this in just a second. And so after we've made our counter wallet, the step 3, this is very important, guys. So what you're going to want to do is send about $5 to $10 worth of Bitcoin over to the counter wallet, which is the one that we just created, the wallet.counterwallet.io address. And the reason for that being is because this is how the fees are paid on Counter Wallet. They don't follow the traditional way of taking fees from the currency you're trading, and instead the currency that's on Counterparty rides on top of Bitcoin. So you have to actually send a Bitcoin transaction in order for the funds to be moved from one account to the other. So this is when you log in, this is what it's pretty much going to look like. You'll see BTC and XCP. And this is just a dummy wallet. This is not my real wallet. This is going to show your address right here, and this is the address you're going to want to send that $5 to $10 worth of BTC to. So you just copy that, put it in wherever, and you send $5 to $10 worth of BTC here. So as you can see, I have about $10 worth in the account just to cover the fees for now. The next step is to create a Bittrex, Poloniex, or zaif account. I don't know so much about zaif. I've never used it. I don't know how well the exchange is easy to use. I don't know much about it. So be very careful with that one. I recommend using Bittrex if you possibly can. I know that they have limitations as to how many of the users they accept at a certain time. So if you can't get in, don't worry about it. Try Poloniex next. I don't know if they have a limit to the users that they allow on at a sign-up period. Sorry. So one of those two are preferred. Be careful with zaif. Just try and get an account that basically allows you to buy XCP, and in order to figure out which markets actually sell XCP, you can go to CoinMarketCap, and just go to the markets tab for Counterparty, which is XCP. You know, just type it in the search bar, XCP, and it'll bring it up and show, oh, Bittrex, Poloniex, zaif. And obviously this has a low volume on Tux Exchange, and same for Counterparty DEX. This is why we would not purchase off there. So with that out of the way, let's move to step 5. So next, we're going to send the remaining BTC to our Bittrex, Poloniex, or zaif account, which I've already done. So for instance, example, I'll be using Bittrex today, since it's where I have everything stored at. After we've gotten our BTC over to Bittrex or Poloniex, we're going to go ahead and buy XCP, which this is where I'm at now. I haven't gone any further because this is the part where you just want to pay attention to. So on Bittrex, it's going to look like this. I don't know much about Poloniex. I haven't used it in so long. And I have available balance of whatever the heck that is in Bitcoin. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to hit bid price. I'm just going to click last. I'm not really picky about it. And then I'm going to scroll down to where this little thing says buy max, and I'm just going to hit buy max, and I'm going to hit buy Counterparty. I'm going to hit confirm, and my buy order has been placed. Clearly it's not moving too fast right now, so let me pause the video, and once it clears, I'll resume, and we'll get back to following the tutorial. So we'll see you in a second. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry that took a bit, and well, not really a bit for you because I'll skip it for like 2 seconds, but it took a sec for me. So our next step is to send our XCP funds over to our counterwallet.io address. So after we've purchased our funds, and if you use Bittrex, it's going to ask you to do a whitelist address, and you just simply go to your settings, and it'll have over on the left side here, it'll say like whitelist, and you add the XCP address to your whitelist. So I'm going to copy my XCP address, go back over to Bittrex, and I'm going to go ahead and send my Counterparty. Sorry, I was having trouble thinking. So let me go ahead and withdraw this now. And I already had some in here that I wanted to move over anyhow. I wish it would let you click. I don't know why they changed that. Alright, and then I'm just going to hit withdraw, and it's going to send it over to, just give me 1 second. Alright, my withdrawal has been submitted, and it's going to take some time. So when that completes, we'll get back on with the video, and you guys won't even notice the break, obviously. And then after that, we'll finish how to purchase NVST, or sorry, any counterparty asset. Alright guys, I'm back. So as we can see, our XCP has finally gotten into the account. If, for instance, you send the XCP and you refresh the page, it should log you out and you should have to log back in. But if you go to another tab and then try and come back in, it's still showing a 0 balance in here. Just log out and log back in. That's all you got to do. So now that we have XCP in our account, in our counter wallet account, in order to purchase NVST, we're going to go to the exchange tab here over on the left, go to markets, and then we see top pairs right here in this bar. It's still loading. Give it a sec. Okay, and so we'll see top pairs right here, and then we're going to look for NVST and XCP, or whatever pair you're working with. And this is going to be really simple now. You don't really have to worry about changing that. The lowest is the lowest ask price. It was 0.029 XCP. And Counterparty works a little different as far as buying and selling tokens or assets, just because it doesn't have a high market volume for its coins. So I generally like to go up a little bit. So the price is 0.029. So let me go see. Let me look at the sell and buy orders. I'm going to sell at the next sell order, which is going to be 0.297. This is going to make the transaction go through a hell of a lot quicker than going at what the ask is. And that's if you want it to go quicker. You can do the ask. There's a few things you need to listen to me on. Counterparty does not let you cancel the orders, but it does let you let the order expire. So you might want to set your expire limit to something a little lower. Let me go into the advanced options here and show you. So like I said, default expiration. This is in blocks. I'm going to set mine just at, I don't know, let me do 20 blocks. Alright, and I'm just going to hit close, and that's going to be what my default time is. So in 20 blocks it will expire if the order does not go through. That's very good to know. Here I can adjust the fee, and let's do our first purchase here. So like I said, the next buy order was whatever this was. Oops, wrong one. So that's already in there, and that's going to give me about 70 NVST. So you can change the slider. It really doesn't matter. If you're just buying, you can actually set the fee a little bit lower. It's not a big deal if it lets you. So I'm just going to hit buy NVST, and I'm going to hit confirm order. And the fee is going to be $2 or 26 cents. So, and that's going to take that out of that Bitcoin I had you originally begin with to put in here. It's not going to take it out of the funds that you're buying right now. Or the XCP, sorry. So I'm just going to hit confirm order. And it says your order of blah, 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 blah has been placed. Give it some time to complete, which since this all rides on top of Bitcoin, you're going to be waiting generally a block or two, or however many Satoshis you had put in. I don't know what my default was. I just left it default. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll go back to balances, and what will happen is after the order confirms, your NVST or whatever counterparty asset will show up in here. It all uses the same address because, once again, it rides on top of Bitcoin. So you can send anything. You can send NVST to a Bitcoin address, but you'll have to extract it, which I'll actually be making a video on here shortly. I'm trying to think. There's one more thing I wanted to go over, but I can't remember for the life of me. And if you want to sell, obviously you just follow this process backwards. You know, you're going to go ahead and have the extra asset, and you're going to go to the markets. If you're trying to sell NVST, you're just going to go ahead into the market for that, and then you're just going to, it'll pop up your NVST over here with the amount, and you can click sell max, or it doesn't say sell max. It lets you click on the balance, and it'll all right in, and then you just hit sell NVST, and then you send your XCP that you've received from that over to the exchange that you use that accepts XCP. So it's a very lengthy process. I know it's not too confusing though, now that you probably understand it, and I'm glad if I was able to help you on that. But you know, if you guys have any questions, just leave some questions in the comment, and I'll do my best to answer or help you guys through them. What I was going to say is, if you wanted to know the price of NVST or any asset, the best place to check that at would be exchange.io. It is Counterparty's block explorer. I'll have links all in the description. You can go ahead and just go to this little search bar, and for instance, I'm going to type NVST. Sorry. And NVST will pop up here. And as we can see, the last DEX trade price was 53 cents. So this will be a easy, relevant thing for you to go off of. I always say come in here and check. If you're actually going to buy, just look at the next sell order and try and purchase at the next sell order. So for instance, it was like 297 XCP. So Let's go over to XCP to USD. Okay, apparently my and I'll normally use CoinGecko if it pops up, but or not. No, that's why XCO. My bad. Alright, CoinGecko. And our price per XCP was 52 cents is what I just bought at. So you generally want to try to get around 52 cents. You want to get whatever the next sell order is. So if you're trying to purchase 120 of these, you're going to want to, do the total XCP of that, which would be, oh, wrong one. $62. And that's what you would get. Like I said, it's pretty simple. I know it's a little more confusing than what most like, and it's not convenient in any way. But this is just to help you guys through it. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and ask in the comments, and I'll make sure to answer. But other than that, y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching.